Because I was doubtful. I was just like, oh yeah, they probably got one to work out of like 50.
Right. Oh. Okay.
His left testicle is 100% descended. I still can't see his right. I think we got two here that probably
Oh, well.
need to set up a day and a pickup.
Tales Refuge is a full circle of life shelter founded in 2014. As a full circle of life shelter, we take in any horse, mule, donkey, or pony, no matter their age, size, breed, or training. Regardless of their background, we have never turned an animal in need away. Even after 10 years and over 1,100 animals that have come through our gates, you just never know what's going to happen. These are the horse rescue tales from the tundra.
So Jody has arrived. I'm sure some of you saw our reel that we posted on Facebook and on our TikTok. What is it?
It's a thing to fill hay bags. Well, what'd you call it?
Yeah,
Our hay bag.
I don't know.
Hay bag rack?
hay bag rack hack.
Filler rack.
Filler rack?
See this bad boy.
Yeah, you could have AI'd your video. I gotta see that this works.
It's pretty heavy.
No, it's not. Actually, I was kind of surprised.
The back end.
So that's the bottom of it you have. Yep.
Right?
Oh my God.
Look at that.
So I'll hook the
Okay.
bags here, I assume.
Yeah.
Is he gonna make you one for at home now?
No, he's making care of mine.
Oh, is he?
I don't do these a lot, only when they're inside. So
Oh, okay.
I have a different kind of heater that he made.
That he made, of course.
You have to try this out. I'm trying to think of a good spot.
I might have to start using small heaters next again.
Wait, I think Ray needs a few at home.
Well, if you want one, he can make you one. Let's see how this works.
I stack these chairs and it can go right here.
Everyone at my barn is always complaining when they have to stuff the hay bags. And I have it down fast.
Did you see Sarah's comment on our video? And she says, I just learned how to fill hay bags. Well, now we have an easier way.
Maybe we should still be able to reach stuff, right?
Yeah. For now, at least.
I mean, well,
Or can we?
yeah.
Well, we got these right here.
Well, most of the time it'll be empty like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just for filling them. Right. Just like that.
Yeah, awesome. That's so exciting.
I know. When I did it, I thought, oh, I hope this works. And I was like,
I know you're like, watch where you're like,
You're like, wait, that just worked. Well, yay.
because I was doubtful. I was just like, oh yeah, they probably got one to work out of like 50.
right. I know, but it worked.
Jody's like, well, my 1 out of 50 worked too, so.
No. Well,
Oh, yay,
So
well.
that's higher than 2, which
Makes it fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to try it. Nobody use it until you tell me.
Yes, we have to record that.
Yes, we got to record that.
yeah. Well,
So Dr. Dave is here. We've got quite a few horses on the list. We're going to start with, I think, CJ and Winky. They're our newest owner surrenders. So he's grabbing his stuff, Ray's grabbing them, and we're going to get started.
All right, history at all?
So this is Winky. He's said to be 18, 19. He's blind completely in his right eye, said to have moon blindness in his left.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's got a ton of corneal scarring and edema in this eye. This eye, I think he just has a little. I would agree with the moon blindness. It's behind the lenses where the inflammation is in this eye.
Okay.
So he can see out of it.
I figured he could see a little bit, but
Yeah, because
not so much out of that one. That
Yeah.
one's kind of a lost cause, but
And this one does have a little bit of loss of nerve function too. You see how it's sinking into his head?
Yeah.
It's kind of a sign that some sort of, whether it had some severe uveitis or something. Can't see past the cornea, so it's hard to say what the back of the eye looks like.
Right.
Hi, buddy.
And then he's got the large mass up on his front fetlock. Oh,
Guesses that's an old injury of some sort. Whether it involves bone or it's just a soft tissue injury that. Hey, can you lift up? There you go.
it hasn't seemed to bother him, and he seems sound on it, but
Yeah.
it's kind of odd.
And I'd be kind of curious to shoot an X-ray on that just to see if there's any bony involvement. But like I said, it may be just like a soft tissue, like almost like a granuloma that grew hair or something. His carpal joint does seem to have restricted motion in this leg. So like if I pick this one up and you move it,
Yep. It's not
it doesn't move as well.
so limited range of motion.
So not severely, but it does seem to limit its range of motion a little, whatever injury, or that's why I said, since you got it, I would shoot an X-ray and just see if there's something. If it's just limited, feels soft tissue, but
Okay.
you're okay. Oh, you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're okay. Yeah, neurologically he's normal in his back end. I wonder if it's just either, like you said, the long toes, or he's just weak a bit from loss of muscle, which
Yeah.
why? That's like maybe just feed related, or maybe just age. How do your teeth look? Or teeth issues? Hey, he's not 20 yet. I would say 18, 19 would be
Okay.
good.
That's accurate.
Got to do some squats, get that butt to come back.
Yeah. You're okay.
Yeah.
Right there's good.
Sometimes it's hard to know if that's nutritional, lack of exercise, or if there's something else. But the Vatic symmetrical tells me I don't think it's neurologic. And he seems, like I said, when I pushed him, he didn't cross his legs or act like he's neurologic on the back end at all. So I don't see signs of like, EPM and neurologic issue. So
That's good for you.
that'd be a good thing.
Hey. Oh. Okay, and that's what we don't do. Stop.
Some attitude issue.
I don't know what that is about. We can put him in the vet stock if you'd like. It's just kind of, I hate to call it random because it's never random. Something obviously triggers it, but
You ever cleaned his sheath?
no.
We have.
He hasn't been here long, a few
Okay.
days.
I'm just saying, not saying today, but it might be worth trying to get his sheath cleaned because that's where he's real touchy around, and sometimes it's a good rule out.
He's like, sorry.
But I wouldn't.
I don't
But
get
I
it.
wouldn't do it without drugs.
Right, yeah, no, I like my head on my shoulders.
Yeah, so that's what I would say. Clean a sheath, at least rule that out, and then see if there's a bigger issue. So
That was weird because then when you went and did it again with your hand, he was over it.
yeah,
So,
and I did it on your side that you can see.
I'm sorry.
Are you?
are
really-
you? Yeah.
Sure, he pinned me in the corner this morning.
And he does weird stuff like that in the stall too, randomly. Randomly, but.
Random, but not random. Yeah.
You're a little sassy. That's mare-like tendencies.
Yeah. It's weird.
We're sure he's a boy, right?
Yeah.
Everything looked like a boy when I looked at it, but
CJ.
Coming to.
whoa. Here,
His
You're
legs
gonna-
are not so good.
you're gonna be big. Oh, his legs. Oh, look at those fronts.
Yeah.
He's got some major laxity there.
Yeah. He's already 16 plus hands and not even really 2, so they're coming to.
That could be fixable, though. Those legs could be fixable.
You think so with his age and size still?
He's 2.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to promise you. It would have been nice to get it earlier, but
Right.
he's also a percher on that, too, meaning he's going to grow till 4, so
Yeah, but
like
he's going
a-
to grow to be huge.
you're ridiculous.
Probably going to be pushing 18 hands if we're already at 16 plus.
If I was born with laxity like that, I would put him on selenium instantly.
Right.
But I'm not saying, whether you inject him with selenium or you get some selenium blocks out with them, and you
Yeah, all the horses here have
give
the
him
blocks.
tetracycline for, I do If it was me, I would do, for his size, 20 cc's of tetracycline for about 6 to 10 days. Can help with that tendon laxity. I'm not saying it'll normalize, but it could get better. Hi, buddy. You're very friendly. You're a good boy. Amish?
At one point, and then a gal bought him out of auction.
Didn't realize this was his condition until
Yeah,
she saw him.
he is still a stud.
What was that?
He is still a
I
stud.
saw that, yeah.
He's a good boy, though. I don't think he knows yet.
Here's what you're looking at.
Good boy. I see one. Where's the other testicle? Is he pretty good, or do you don't know?
He's pretty relaxed. I haven't seen anything alarming yet.
I know.
Hey,
Yeah.
you gotta chill. People can touch you where they want.
I feel one good testicle there. I was trying to tell if he's a cryptorchid or not. But he's not letting me feel.
I'm not comfortable with that yet.
Yeah. The other one may be there. I can't be 100% sure. We could push it, or we work with him a bit, and then we can tell.
Right.
Yeah.
You pick your feet up. Hey, buddy. Hey, there you go. Good boy. Floppy.
Yeah.
Boy, is that. He does need a bunch of grain. This horse needs to be.
Well,
You need some calories.
I'm scared to put weight on with those feet.
Yeah. He needs weight, and either he's going to make it or not. That's kind of what it comes down to. Him not having muscling isn't going to help his ability
Right.
to walk.
Right.
His left testicle is 100% descended. I still can't see his right. A little scabby. Hey, can you pick this one up too, bud? Oh, easy.
Do we see the other one?
I can only see the one on this side. I only see one testicle. I didn't go on a fishing trip, but
Yeah, that's all right.
see how your baby teeth look. Oh, look at them little nubbuds. Yeah, you're the baby still. 2, yeah, all in wear, but no adults visible. He's not a parrot mouth or anything weird mouth-wise, so that's good. It's the other thing these weird inbred things get.
Yeah, we've seen that.
So what would tetracycline do to it?
Tetracycline tightens tendons. So, have you ever been on a tetracycline? They always warn people about rupturing tendons when people are on it. And it's the same thing in our horses. It's a side effect of tetracycline is there's a risk of rupturing tendons because it actually tightens them. Well, I generally do 7 to 10 days of tetracycline, and I treat with selenium. And just kind of see if we can tighten them up. And then the other thing, of course, is consistent farrier work. Keep those toes as tight as possible to get him up on his toes. Because the other thing that makes him drop bad like that is he's got a lot of toe on him. Again, he's got big draft feet, so his feet are not going to be short, but I would try to get him shortened up as much as we can and tip him up on his toes.
So she got him, a year ago this month, and they were like that.
Yeah, well,
You don't think it's
You
just been too long?
well, I don't know. I would try. If it was me, I don't know why we're going to hurt trying. Tetracycline isn't crazy expensive. Selenium isn't crazy expensive, and
You're not
those are two
leaving.
things that can help. Now,
I know.
they make other supplements. Now, the challenge is a lot of these treatments work way better if they're babies, but he's not an adult yet either. So he's older than I've ever tried, but sometimes I'm like, well,
Have
what
you
if
seen it be successful?
foals? 100%.
Well,
Like foals?
Well, with 6
well,
months or
what about
younger.
yearlings?
Or yearlings. But for him, I don't know. I've never tried it on someone his age, to be strictly honest with you. So I don't think it's painful.
Good.
I think he just has laxity. Now, long term, you try to work that horse, that's where you start getting issues. But him just standing and walking around, I don't think he's hurting. He doesn't know anything different in his life. There are some people who do, there is a, it's almost like surgical, like, it's kind of like they do with gaited horse, like soaring to tighten the tendons. There is a surgical procedure they'll do on some of these horses. But again, that's like post-surgical pain. And I don't, we know soaring in horses causes chronic arthritis and pain. That's why we are not for it. And there is that surgery option. But I'm not saying, I don't know what it'll cost because I wouldn't do it.
I think if we start this, where would expect to see
Well,
anything? Or
I would say, selenium, tetracycline, give him a month and see if there's improvement. And by improvement, I would say, well, snap pictures of them now
Right.
and x-rays, and then snap pictures and x-rays of them after a month and see if we have, and, angles are improved and he's standing better.
should he remain on stall rest or?
I would let him go out and walk. Because sometimes, movement and exercise, some of these horses are, you exercise them, they start to tighten things up.
Yeah.
So I think
He was out in pasture before. he came
exercising
here.
and muscling them up and feeding them up is going to help this, along with supplementing of selenium. Well, whether you do injectable selenium for a while would be my suggestion, just to guarantee what he's getting. And then I would say, if it was my horse, I would do tetracycline. Bottle of tetracycline is not going to cost you a ton, and again, there's science to back that it tightens tendons. No, I don't think he's in pain. For me looking at him, he's whatever. It's all, like I said, he doesn't know anything different. Now he gets older, heavier, and going to go from being
Yeah.
just a clumsy teenager to probably painful.
Yeah. Well, that's kind
But
of the
we're going to try to
long-term concern.
prevent that progression.
But still possibly approved.
Yeah,
That too.
that's the other thing. Doesn't surprise me. Seeing he has one problem, why not have 2 or 3?
Yeah, let's not have a few. So back to Wynn. She was the one that had mites. We messed up our back right fetlock.
Oh no.
This is what it's.
Scratching at it?
No, how it's tipping forward. That's not her relaxing it. She's stuck
that's
like
it.
that. Yeah.
Oh. Is she pretty lame walking then?
She kind of just drags it behind her.
It looks a little weight on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The-
maybe take her back out and let her go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of curious to see her move. Oh, she is awkward on it though. Probably is soft, but like again, x-rays are free since you got them. Sometimes I'm like, well, to do both. But she's also a difficult one to do anything with, so. Bring her back here. Boy, but yeah, it sure ain't right.
No.
Is she off of antibiotics and everything?
She just finished up her sulfa this week, and she's been on Equiox for her ring bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, her front end's looking great, but
Now we got this.
Now we're going to the back end, which is even harder to work with.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's back to ripping the leg open. It was not like that the other day.
I was gonna say, you're all right, girl.
Her front legs are all healed up, and fuzz is coming back on them. But yeah,
I'm curious.
she definitely will kick at you.
I know she will.
Yeah, just forewarning.
Easy girl. Generally, front end, rear, or doesn't matter?
No, she's good with her front end for the most part. It's just once you get past her flank, it's all bets are off.
Interesting. She will she doesn't mind pushing off on it. I would wonder about ultrasounding. If it was me, she's such a hard case to work on.
Yeah.
I think we got to drug her,
Yep.
which we did last time
Yep.
for the trim. Because like I said, the infection looked like it's healing on this one a lot.
Yep.
That right one, not so great.
Yeah. Like I said, she just recently, I think this week, ripped it back open.
And there's a ton of swelling in that joint. So like I would call it like the P1, P2 would be what I would say. There's swelling, but my guess is it's because there's tendon constriction there. I think the tendon constriction might be because we have a deep tissue infection.
And the sulfa didn't clear, we're thinking the sulfa didn't clear that up or wasn't
Yeah.
strong enough. Yeah.
Or we got getting resistance because we've been on sulfa for so long, and is there bacterial resistance to it? Or is it more fungal? And so what options do we have? Well, we could run a culture and sensitivity to see what we're susceptible to. We could run an x-ray to make sure if there isn't involvement in the joint and she doesn't have ring bone back there that is now demonstrating itself. You know, and if there's a ton of fluid there, maybe we draw it out and we submit that for culture.
Yeah.
But
All right.
again, without ultrasound, can it, but I
Yep.
think we drug her.
Yep. Oh yeah. That's step one. And then let's go from
Remember
there.
what we hit her with last time? Because it worked great.
Yeah,
Almost
she fell right over. It worked so good.
That's what I was trying to remember, the amount. That was 2 weeks ago.
Dark humor, dark humor.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's
That was
funny.
my sarcasm. Well, it did work great. She didn't kick us. She let us trim and scrub. We all got gross hands from that. So we're going to drug her, and then we're going to do x-rays and ultrasound.
Brooke.
If we have a fluid
And
pocket,
culture.
we may collect fluid and submit it for culture and susceptibility, if it looks like it's infected. Whether we tap a joint or we'll see where it's at. You know, that's the advantage of ultrasound, you can see fluid. Or is it just a bunch of cellulitis, meaning no fluid and it's just all crappy yuck tissue, then it's not going to be easy to get a sample. But x-rays would make us tell us if there's arthritis in the joint.
You guys break it already? I'm just
No,
kidding.
we're just improving it.
Improving? What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, Haychick sends things with different lengths rope and different size nets. They're not standard. So all we have to do though is add more nails.
Add more nails to it.
Just in little different areas.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me know before you guys test her out.
We will.
All right.
Are you good for pokes? Not really.
So if I couldn't be, I would.
Don't bite me.
Here. Yeah, grab her. Yep.
She's looking like she wants to bite me.
I wouldn't put it faster. Good thing it's bolted to the ground.
It's right there.
Night night.
It is a big hose. I just gotta hit it before you bite me.
Good night.
Good night. We love you.
What a cute mustache.
Don't touch it.
Don't all,
but-
don't all the girls wish they had a mustache like you? Praline, how are you? Not good, huh?
Not good. Not
Sassafras.
good.
You're such a cute little thing. Oh, you do have some diarrhea still. don't
Yeah,
you?
like black diarrhea.
Those eyes look big.
Yeah. And it was to the point where it was like bulging out with the red again on this side the other day. So they're still big. They're a little better than they were, but yeah, she's gonna lose her mind. Yeah. You're okay. She's very head shy now. You're okay.
Just looking. Not gonna touch.
Can I move your forelock? It's okay. There you go.
Easy girl.
It's okay.
Easy girl. Let me come and look at this side. You're little enough that I shouldn't need to be too scared of you.
I know, but she just fires and she doesn't even know where she's going. You're okay. Breathe, girl. I know.
You are a little bit of a wild thing, aren't you?
It's okay.
Not doing anything. She's like, well, last time you did.
You're okay. There you go.
Then you wonder about quality of life if this is her perspective.
Yep. She's
But if we don't treat, those eyes are going to be a constant source of pain.
right.
Yeah, both. You can just see the pink bulging just on the edge of the third eyelid on both sides.
Which she's even been like laying down and closing her eyes more out in the pasture than she typically has been since she's been here. And she just seems like she's kind of rapidly declining at this point.
I don't think there's much more I can do.
Right.
And quality of life seems poor in my opinion.
Yep.
So that's my professional opinion.
All right.
I don't think I'm gonna torture her for
No.
science sake. You know, like I said, if we were gonna get pressures, we'd probably have to drug her, and that
Right.
affects pressures anyway, but really, why if we're not gonna, you know, at this point, I don't think it'd be worth putting an implant in or anything like that, 'cause that's a long-term treatment.
Yeah.
And so you're not having to do drops, but the fact she's got the drops and declined anyway.
Yeah,
would
she's
tell
been
me
getting her drops twice a day still. I practically pin her down, but
implants are not, to me, a good option if she's not responding to the drops. Glaucoma, so you still would have to do those plus drops.
yep.
So,
You said it would treat the uveitis, but not the glaucoma?
yeah.
Right. One but not the other, and the other is more of the problem.
And she does have some uveitis, but she also has that high pressure glaucoma. I think I cut back a little bit compared to last time.
She's out. Let's not go down, just out.
She gonna freak out if I touch her leg?
She didn't mind when we were messing all over him. She's like,
Well, that's why I'm seeing how far out she is with my stethoscope, because if it gets kicked, I don't care too much. My face is more expensive to fix.
Yep, don't blame you.
Well, a little bit desensitized here.
That's right.
Start slowly, or if you had a riding crop, that's the other good thing to use.
That's what we usually use, yeah, or the lunch whips.
Touch it with a riding crop and see if they kick.
you want to start with x-ray or ultrasound, or does it matter?
Or
Doesn't really
culture,
matter.
or-
Or, yeah, culture. Do we wanna-
Well, culture would be, ideally, like I said, I did cut it back, I think, a little bit from what I gave last time. And she was still trying to kick at me a little bit when I touched her foot, so she ain't. I think I gave her 2 and 1 last time. This time I gave her like 0.8, and I still gave her 2 because I wanted to keep her feet on the ground, and that's what Torb does. I'll do an ultrasound, but my guess is I'm going to see no fluid based on this. It's just going to be straight inflammatory junk, cellulitis.
And that's what's pushing this joint forward.
Jeez.
I just think it's so tight because it's just this swollen up cellulitis. Like, and what do we do for it?
Ruptured though.
No.
Which is what we're worried about.
I'm 99% sure not. I think it's just, because again, tendon rupture, you should see like a fluid line most of the time in the tendon sheath. And I don't see any fluid line. I just see crappy granulation tissue.
Is this a new machine?
This is a, well, we've had it. I just don't bring it all the time. This is our nice one. So basically what I'm looking at here is, see, it's all fuzzy. So, right there. So that's just straight cellulitis. So I can see to the bone, and to the bone, it's just that gray. It's just not fluid. So I can look at her joint here if you'll let me. Interesting, there is a little fluid there. So do you see that black line right there?
Yeah, what's that?
That's between basically the skin and the tendon, but the tendon sheath itself has no fluid inside of it. So it's not like bowed tendon, or the tendon doesn't look ruptured or damaged. I think it's just the same thing that we're seeing on the x-rays, meaning it's cellulitis. And how do you treat that? Different antibiotics. If you could put ointment on her legs, there's some good ointment for it. She's just such a hard horse to treat. That's the problem. You don't want to drug her every day to treat her.
Right.
No.
So, and how do you treat it? Bestest thing to treat is topically. So I like that Curacin clay, that product that you picked up the other day. That stuff does a lot of good on this. But again, you try putting Curacin clay on her, you could put it on today, but you probably won't get it on again. And it's not quite proud flesh, it's more cellulitis. You could hit her with anti-inflammatories and see if that'll take the inflammation down. So like put her on 2 grams of bute twice a day.
On top of her Equiox, or take her off the Equiox?
I would take her
while you
off of
do that?
Equiox. The bute's going to be a lot stronger. Equiox is great, but it's not as, it only hits on one of the, it's COX-2 specific, not COX-2 and 3, and it's good for organ function, but it's not as strong. Or some people will say, well, go on dexamethasone steroids, which are our strongest anti-inflammatory. But then you get immunosuppression from that sometimes, so that's why we are fighting an infection too. Or I'll have some people who will locally inject the area with a long-acting steroid, like a Depomedrol. But I guess it's a little bit what you guys can accomplish. I can give you options, but you got to be able to do it because she's not a very handleable horse. I'm not trying to be difficult, but I can give you solutions, but it's not, I'm realistic, meaning, or when do we decide it, I hate to say it, but a quality of life thing too.
That's kind of where we're at. At least that's where I'm at with her, because we've tried to work with her. I mean, we've done the desensitizing,
She's a hard horse to work with.
And she's hard to get through to.
She has this problem, but I guarantee I'd put money on the fact that we get it cleared, it'll come back again. You adopt her out again, and it's going to be.
They're going to have to deal with it.
They're going to have to deal with it, and she's not a very handleable horse.
Right.
So, in my opinion, I think she has a poor quality of life.
Yep.
So cellulitis, I think we can fix it. I don't think it's permanent, but we also know it's probably going to be a recurring problem for her. None of these are like together. If she was the perfect horse and you could do all the treatments easily, I'd say let's give it a fighting chance. But it's dangerous for you, but it's not fun for her.
No.
So.
I'm being locked in the stall.
No.
Yeah.
So, again, you guys got to talk it over, but you asked my professional opinion. Poor quality of life.
Yep.
I think we got 2 here that probably need to set up a day and a pickup.
I want to be on.
All right.
You have like a whole thing planned here?
I mean, not really a whole thing, but I think, what are we doing? What are you guys doing?
Joey's doing out of the way.
Oh, I'm like, where are you going? I need you.
She's the model.
Well, and then the rest of me
Because it's your
because you did this.
Let me get out of the picture.
All right, Jody.
All right. See if this works.
We know it works once. Will it work here? Let's see. Oh. Oh. Hey, I'll take it. And then what? You just pull these out?
Yep. We'll definitely still want to watch where the nuts are so they don't catch.
Look at that.
Voila.
Voila. The hay thing is working.
We need a name for it.
We do. Guys, help us pick a name.
Pick a name for it.
Pick a name for it. We can do a Facebook post. Name our hay thing.
The process.
All right, so then you pop those off.
You have all the weight.
But it holds itself up pretty well.
Here you go. Hold on.
Do them apples.
There you go. No more hay down your shirts. I know it always happens to me. We're getting a little hay bag lesson here. A little tiny daisy chain.
I don't think this one had a clip on it. Oh, that's not hanging.
Boom. Yay.